going to acknowledge some of that here. And we're also going to do a couple charity auctions. Charity auctions important to me. We focused on the live sale for this AtCon, so I do have 2 items that I want to do a charity auction on. We're going to support Culture City with them. All right, but first and foremost, thank you, CGC and Dig Auctions, for your support of AtCon. You guys have supported every single AtCon. This is the 8th one. Those 2, CGC and Dig Auctions, have been there for every single one, so we appreciate you guys. Comic Book News Network, Carmine's here, putting together content for AtCon. He helped make it more fun, even more fun than it's been. So thank you, Carmine. Appreciate that. Give them a follow at Comic Book News Network, you guys. They're almost to 1,000. Maybe they're to 1,000, but they're very close if they're not. So push them over the edge. Maybe right now. Go follow at Comic Book News Network. All right. So we're going to get into these Community Choice Awards. But before we do that, I have 2 items. Let's get the charity out of the way. Like I said, I crafted this AtCon to be focused on the live sale. We just had a live sale end on day 5 with Joe. Joe, there's like 130 people in there after 5 days. So I didn't want to interrupt that, but I think we need to do some charity. So I want to do 2 auctions real quick. And these books, if you win them, you just go make the donation to Culture City. They do amazing work for people with invisible disabilities. That's PTSD, autism, all types of people out there with sensory needs. They help make the things we take for granted possible for them, like going to concerts and events. So one of my friends, Hall of Famer Dominique Wilkins, this Wolverine rookie card cover, it's a shattered. It's based on it's like an homage to the Flair rookie card of Dominique Wilkins and Michael Jordan. It was that same year. Well, we put together a private signing where Dominique Wilkins signed these once and one time, and we put the Elite Comics 11 put that together. So there's only a few of these hanging out there. We've offered them, but I'm going to auction off a 9.6, and then I'm going to auction off a 9.8. And if you win this, you just go make a donation to Culture City. You're not going to pay anybody. You're just going to go make the donation. So let's start this 9.6 white pager, signed witness signature by CGC, 9.6 white. Dominique Wilkins, the NBA Hall of Famer, signed it. Let's start the auction off at $100. $100. If you win it, we'll do what? Bill, you want to run this one? Run this auction for me.
Okay.
All right.
So
$100 starting bid. It goes to Culture City. $100 MB Comer.
Okay. MB Comer.
125 Hugh back. I see that.
Okay. I don't see. All right. Hugh back. Yes, that just came through on mine. 125. You got it. Oh, and Collector Professional will not be outdone. It's at $150. This is a great charity item. The Human Highlight Reel. Sign this. Do we have something over $150? Well, now we do. $170. That will go Carl Oliveri 15 at $170. I don't know what increments we're doing, but Flash Fanatic coming in at $175. Flash Fanatic 1981. Human Highlight Reel themselves. But let's see if we can get above that. And we can, because this community is just that awesome. Ghost Period, Ship Period Comics. We're at $190, but not for long. Hemosath Peter says, I love charity. $200 worth of charity, but not for long. Brent Bet is coming around the corner here at $225. $225. Do I hear $250? $250. The Human Highlight Reel highlighted that book. First Wolverine cameo appearance, whatever you want to call it, but it's awesome. Shattered Comics going to a great charity. $235.
Thank you so much.
The Scuba Diving Hygienist Dive Genist at $235. But that did not last last long. 250. Hemostats Peter. 250. My God, can we get higher? This is charity. Charity right here.
Culture City.
Culture City Comics is definitely the beneficiary here of this awesome community. $250. We're going to go once. $250 going twice.
I see $275.
$250 going 3 times. Oh no, it's $275. Pristine Authentic says no. Charity needs more, and I like that book. $275. Pristine Authentics. Can we get to 300, folks? Carmine Lee has called it. Yes, we can.
Come on. Let's go.
300.
$300. $300.
Wow.
All right.
Janice,
Charity's definitely the beneficiary.
Thank you so much. All right, Bill. I think that let's there's a 9-8 to do also. So if you missed out on this one, remember there's the 9-8 coming right up after this. Thank you so much, Dive Genist.
Dive Genist. Man of action, man of teeth.
All right, so
love it.
Dive Genist. Well, you can go ahead and DM us, but all you need to do is you need to go to I'll send you the link to Culture City. You're going to go donate $300 to them. You're just going to show us you did that on Elite Comics 11, and then I'm going to cover the shipping, get this out to you. Signed by Dominique Wilkins, the 9-6. All right, one more, and then we're going to get into the awards, all right? So $300 on that, Dive Genist. Bill, will you please write that down? Thank you so much, Dive Genist. And then that's exactly where we're going to start the bidding on the 9-8. So $300 starting bid. Kyle's Comics has already started that up. $300 on the 9-8 now.
All right. All right.
Kyle's Comics coming in strong. $300 right out of the gate. This is for a 9-8. The human highlight reel. If you haven't seen the man's work lately, you should definitely go back and check it out. Him and Jordan entertained an entire generation. $350. We join the bidding at $350. Grail _keepers_keys was
Collector Professional, $400. $400. Collector Professional, $450.
Whoa.
Collector Professional, $450. 100% to Culture City on this one. It's going to do good things for people with invisible disabilities. That's PTSD, autism, all sorts of reasons why people have sensory needs, you guys. There's a lot of people that their work helps. So $450 is where we're at. Let's keep it in $25 increments. Why don't you call this one, Bill? From $450, Collector Professional.
All right, Collector Professional is taking the lead at $450. We're waiting to see if somebody wants to bid higher for this great charity. I know the community has done great things. We're waiting to see if $450 is going to be where we're topped out, but I don't know. Charity has a way of surprising us again and again with the generosity of this community. All right, $450. I'm going to have to start the countdown. If you're holding out, don't hold out for long. $450 going once. Do I hear $475? Can we get to $500? I don't know, but we're gonna know soon. $1,002
is an amazing bid. Thank you so much.
$450 is super generous. We're super thankful.
$450.
All right, that's it. It's done.
$450.
I love suspense.
All right, $450.
I would have stayed that moment.
Thank you so much, you guys. We just raised about $1,000 for Culture City. You guys are awesome. And yes, Rubberneck 18 is going to pitch in an additional $25 for each bid. So what's that math, what's that math there? $450, and then the other one was $300. So that's what, $750, and then 50 more. We're at $800. Right, get it, almost $1,000. You guys are awesome. Thank you very much. That means a lot to me. I try to work in charity for everything we do. So there you go. Okay. So let me just So we thanked our sponsors. We thank Comic Book News Network. Just a few highlights. I had a few thoughts to share. AtCon, this virtual convention, you just saw the 8th one. Just so many amazing moments. So many people coming together on Elite Comics 11. Not to tell a selfish story, but it's just, for me personally, just seeing, Bill, you were there at the first AtCon. Remember that? Like, compared to what we just saw? I mean, the first AtCon was nothing compared to this. I think there were a lot of faces that weren't on the page yet. Just so many people coming together. Really, tens of thousands of people coming together on Elite Comics 11 to do great things, have a lot of fun. And we just did almost $1,000 for charity, just like that. Like, that's incredible. So I'm proud of what it's become, but it's not really a me thing. I have my own personal pride for it, but it's the community. All these faces every day showing up in some form, even if they're just hanging out with us. Just a big thank you to everyone that supports the page. Team Elite Comics 11, you guys as well. All the vendors. I just can't, there's no other words. So thank you guys. All right, some quick highlights for this 8th AtCon. We sold a ton of coffee. We randomly found out that one of our vendors makes coffee. I think we sold like 60 bags of coffee because they thought nobody would buy coffee. Well, we can sell coffee too, apparently. But we sold a few comic books also. So 5 days straight selling comic books. So that, you guys saw it for yourselves. Some quick notes. I mean, it's not an exact science, you guys, but according to what I've seen, I think we had over 100 viewers all the time on the main AtCon over the course of 5 days, except for about maybe 15 minutes total. So, I mean, we broke 200 several times, and it was just consistently over. It was about an average of about, I'd say, 120 to 130 people through the whole damn 5 days, nonstop. So thank you very much. That is great numbers, and the sales were there, but the fun was there. People had a really good time. We had a really good time, so thank you. We're gonna give away thousands of dollars worth of those daily slabs. That'll happen once all the live sales are closed out. So those are just some quick notes I had about the event itself. Maybe we can quickly go around. Anything to add to that, you guys? Anything that stood out to you? Bill, why don't we start with you?
I mean, things that stood out for me, I mean, the things that just kind of always stand out is just the generosity, the camaraderie, just the way people come together and just have such a great time. Like, none of us are as great as all of us are together. And I think that that's the magic of AtCon, is just seeing when we all come together, what it makes. And, I think we made some beautiful music together this week. It was really a lot of fun. I want to thank everybody.
100%. Joe, you've been there for all the live sale AtCons. So starting with AtCon 2, and you and I go back to kindergarten class. Yeah. So so I know you've been busy with some stuff. People were wondering where you were, but it was good to have you back on board for this, Joe. Anything you want to add?
I'm always around. I harken back to the last AtCon in which somebody said that or one of the live sales where somebody just said I was an unnecessary person in the sale. I was just hanging out, all right? I don't know if you remember that, but bottom line is another AtCon in the books. It's been incredible. It's like you said, the community comes together. What always interests me about this is how wildly entertaining it can be. Like, watching you guys do it through the course, obviously I'm doing sales too, but as I watch you guys, it's just nonstop entertainment. And who would have thought, like, comic book sales as a whole would be like that? But it is, and it's fun as hell to watch, and it's so cool watching the chat, and everybody's just joking around. It's like, who would have thought this would be as entertaining as it could be? But it always is, and it's always a blast, man. Stoked to be a part of it.
Islander Phil, I see you in here. Can you please look at the DMs, trying to get a little bit of info from you on one of these awards? So I'm monitoring that, please. Islander Phil, see you, brother, but we need some info from you. Please message it. All right. So, Carmine, what about you? Anything to add about this AtCon?
I think from my perspective, just being able to see, like, I learned a lot of things this week, but one of the things I learned is how hard all of you work at this. I mean, the behind the scenes stuff that goes into this week-long show is nothing short of amazing. If you're not on camera, you're doing something toward the show, and it goes into the wee hours of the night oftentimes. And, that's, the small reason that I got the opportunity and the CBNN got the opportunity to participate is because you're just looking for ways to make it better. And however you can do that, you're just trying to make it better for the community. And it is a really neat thing to be a part of and witness.
Oh, I appreciate, like I said, we've done what we've done, but we're always trying to make it better, trying to make just every time more interactive. It's about bringing people together. How do you do that in a better way? So you were a big part of that this time, and I'm sure it'll be even a bigger part as we move forward. So thank you very much, Comic Book News Network as well. All right. So let's get into these Community Choice Awards. Yes. Speaking of ways to make it more interactive. So I thought, hey, let's make some Community Choice Awards. Let's acknowledge some of the community activity that happens over the course of an AtCon. So that's what we did. So we have different categories of awards. We have some nominees that we noted. Doesn't mean that our nominees are going to win. We're going to open it up at least somewhat to chat to see if they have any nominees that we missed. Some of these are harder than others, but let's go ahead and start. So the first Community Choice Award we're going to consider is the Sharpshooter Award. So we were supposed to find out through a vote, who should we award as having the most memorable snipe at AtCon? So this is when somebody comes out of the woodwork and just takes a book because some negotiations are going on. But they, while the negotiations are going on, they just take a book at ask, essentially. That's a snipe. Honestly, I was a little...
Ilson. I just hope it's not Ilson. That's my only prayer for this. Anybody but Ilson.
So I
think Rob was on the end of his snipe on day one.
A small request: a guy that collects Superman books, sniping Batman books. Come on.
All right.
I have a note about that one.
Okay, so here's our version of this. So Bill, you actually have a snipe that stood out to you. Here's a spoiler. It involves Ilson. Go ahead.
Yeah. Rob was just talking about it at the Buzzard Brothers sale on day one. There was a Batman at 47 that was $975, and Rob had made an offer on it. Nothing. I'm sorry, Rob. I wasn't going to identify you, but you named it. Ilson sniped it at 975.
975 sniped by Ilson. All right. So I should have said this first. So when I came up with the Sharpshooter Award, I thought there was going to be a huge selection of snipes to choose from because we've seen it. We've seen snipes. We definitely see snipes. But there was this bigger overall feel, this time especially, and I think it's just because of the way the community has continued to grow closer together, of respect. We saw a lot of people just kind of holding off. We saw the opposite. There wasn't a lot of cutthroat behavior, actually. I mean, if there was a rare book, yeah. But for the most part, we saw the opposite. We're going to get into it, but several people won books. And then because of filtering or some kind of confusion, they actually gave up the book that they won because they tried to make things right with someone else. There was a camaraderie that was present through the whole event over 5 days, and you just saw the community just come together. We saw a lot of that. So there was not a lot of nominees here.
It's also entirely possible that people did that because they didn't want to be the best sniper in the business. But, anyway.
So, in other words, yes, we are saying that Ilson might have been the most disrespectful. Ilson may have been the most disrespectful person in the community. That's absolutely correct. Okay, but there's one other situation I want to bring up as a potential nominee. So we had this 7-cover Turtles #1 with the Buzzard Brothers, and we put it up for auction. It was supposed to be an auction in front of everyone, and you know, it was the starting bid was $7,750, but nobody bid. So we were moving on. Actually, we thought nobody was going to take the book, which was fine because it was an auction. It was supposed to start at $7,750. So we're moving on, and then all of a sudden I start seeing comments that people have sent me private offers. Like they didn't want to reveal what the number was, but they sent me private offers. So I look at DMs and I'm like, my inbox is just crazy filled with private offers. So I'm trying to like run this live sale, but I see the private offers. So I'm not going to reveal names because they wanted to remain private. But what I will say is I talked to at least 4 of them that were really close together. And I said, you know, my preference is we got to do this live on the sale. Like what, you know, can I reveal your number? Several of them did not give me permission to reveal the number, and one of them did. So my nominee would be the one private offer that allowed me to reveal the number, and the number got it done, and they came out of woodwork and took it down. So I think between those two, let's vote. Who do you guys, I guess the Turtles won. I will let the confidential offerer know if they won, and then they can decide if they want to reveal who they are. So let's vote real quick in chat. Bill, you're going to count these up. Vote for either Ilson as the best sharpshooter or Turtles won. Ilson or Turtles won.
Definitely be the Turtles won. This shouldn't even be like
this is going.
a conversation. Nobody wants to give him the ability to hold that over me or anybody else. I can't. How's he getting these votes? What's going on?
Yeah, unbelievable.
Me personally, I would prefer but Rob, the sharpshooter award may be a way of acknowledging the most disrespectful member that participated in AtCon.
Yeah.
All right.
He's true.
He's British. He's British, but that's not why he's winning. He's winning because he might be the most disrespectful person that won a book.
He's a stone cold killer. That's what it is.
Stone cold killer.
Yeah.
No. All right, Bill, you counting these up?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not close.
Ilson was a true snipe. Yes. It was a definition of a snipe. The Turtles won situation was not a true snipe.
Well, I spoke to Rob Buys Comics, and in his defense, he had done his homework on the book, and he had a price written down that he wanted to pay of $950, and then the price was offered at $975, and he just panicked, and he put $950 down. What kind of idiot would put down $950 on a $975 book? Like you're trying to save $25?
Right.
Come on.
I think we have a winner, Bill. Tell me when we have a winner.
It's not close.
Yeah. We're at 24-5. So you can I think we're done.
All right, let me just.
Leonardo DiCaprio, the Oscar goes to.
Who won?
Ilson.
Ilson, you just won.
They're still coming in.
Sharpshooter Award. Ilson.
What does he win?
All right, so
Nobody's
all
won,
the
Johnny.
winners tonight, well, you're going to get 2 things. One, you're going to get this unique digital plaque that we'll collab tag you with Elite Comics 11. It'll be just our post. It'll stay up. You can accept the tag. It'll be on your page permanently. And then we're going to send you a custom Elite Comics 11 shirt that actually, it's one of one. There's only going to be one. It's going to say what you won. So the Sharpshooter Award shirt is going to go to Ilson. It's going to be the only one that exists. So that's, a little thank you, Ilson, for being the sharpshooter of AtCon.
Hold on, this just in. I'm hearing that Rob Buys Comics will probably send along something special for Ilson too.
It's gonna be a box full of poop.
Okay, let's move on to the next award. So I'm going to need chat's help for this one, all right? Chat, you guys, you were there for 5 days. So the next award category, and it was worded carefully for a reason. It's not a science. We aren't actually trying to determine who was on the most. It's who appeared to be on the most. It's worded that way for a reason because I want input. And we also don't actually know who was on for the most over the past 5 days. It's called the Logger Award. All right, being logged in the most. Who appeared to be logged in the most of AtCon for 5 days straight? Who just appeared? Who was always there in some way, talking, buying, just felt like they were always there. There were some serious considerations. Some people really got in my ear. They wanted this award to be called the Stalker Award. I didn't go for it. We're going to call it the Logger Award. It's the first ever Elite Comics 11 AtCon Logger Award, being logged in the most. My nominees, we're going to open this up to chat, Bill. But here are my nominees. And then if we see a lot of people nominating someone that's not on this list, then we'll add that person to the list.
Yeah, Wires is already taken.
So I have my nominees. Here are my nominees. These are the people I would consider for this. And then you guys decide if I'm right or wrong. Wires, 6'8". Rock, 21533. Grail _keepers_keys. Kataiba _Okasha.
Definitely.
Flash Fanatic and Brewfront. Those are the people that I want to bring up. And why don't we just start now with the votes? We're going to count other votes that seem Wires is getting a lot of votes, Bill.
Yeah, I see that.
Wires 68. Let me say something about Wires too. It's not just during AtCon, all right? That guy, I mean, we love him. I mean, I think he's on Elite Comics 11 more than I am. like Wires is like my eyes. Like he could
Only
tell
can
me
you flip time with some of the other hosts.
he could tell me how my business is doing. Better than I would know.
Brewfront's getting a few votes in chat, but yeah, Wires seems to be running away with it.
Yeah, January was
Wires
there quite
here.
a bit too.
He is here. You know he's here. See, I truly love you. Wires.
I saw him comment already. He voted for Brewfront.
Tree City Comics.
Ali, do you think that the productivity in America dropped this week at businesses around the nation because of AtCon?
Who's asking? And how do you define productive? Because there was a lot of good claims,
Yes.
a lot of good productive claims. So
True.
maybe
Did
maybe one type of productivity went down, but the other type of productivity went up. All right, we got some productive comic claims for 5 days. All right, I think we can call this one, Bill. Or what are you thinking? What are you saying?
Oh, it's done. Brewfront had a flash for a moment, but it's been Wires by a mile before you even said it.
Wires, you win the first ever Logger Award. AtCon Logger Award.
Congratulations, Wires! Ollie, what does Wires win?
Yeah, shout out to so many people that were just there. I mean, how can you? That's why it's just a fun award, you guys. We don't know who was actually logged on the most, but Wires definitely deserving, as were a lot of other people. Okay. So let's go on. Now let's get into these aren't, let me see if we got this data. Phil, Islander Phil, waiting on you, man. I need your confirmation on one of those awards. Islander Phil, everyone tag Islander Phil to make sure that. So basically it was really close for the most valuable claimer award. That's what I need to confirm with Phil from his live sale. So please DM us, Phil. Bill, I don't know if you're able to monitor the DMs with him. Oh, he replied.
I'm gonna go take a look here, or you're in there.
All right, why don't you go ahead and take a look at that while I present the other award. Actually,
all right. So
the
number we have is final.
Okay.
No need to update anything else.
Okay, so this is the first ever MVC award, Elite Comics 11 AtCon MVC award. This is the most valuable claimer of this AtCon, MVC. All right, this is the person who had the most number of claims through the whole 5 days. All right, number of claims, not value, number.
Not number.
All right.
Number of books.
Yeah, not number of books, number of claims. All right, this one was close. For the, for the protection of the innocent, we're not going to reveal the number. But it was well over it was over 30, and there were two people that were neck and neck. But we have a winner. The first ever MVC award, most valuable claimer, goes to.
No, we're going to interview their wife immediately after they win. So this will be great.
Flash Fanatic 1981 barely wins this one. Flash Fanatic 1981.
Congratulations, Flash Fanatic.
You've done it.
Flash Fanatic 1981, you barely beat off. I guess that doesn't
Oh, God,
right.
Jesus. All right, take it easy.
You barely beat off.
This award show sponsored by whiskey.
Katiba Okasha, so close. I want to just say, this benefits the people that stayed up, and they did Elite at night on Elite Center 11 with LJ Comics. That guy's a maniac. He got through so many books that you could rack up your individual claims so fast, and it didn't cost a ton of money. That was a little cheat code. Flash Fanatic just took advantage of that, and he just barely beat off Katiba underscore. He had to beat off one guy. And he had to beat off.
Yeah, tell me more. That sounds interesting.
So congratulations, Flash Fanatic 1981. A few notes I have. Flash Fanatic always telling us about how he's with Jose. Jose's Jose Cuervo. He's always drinking. All right, and he also switched it up this time. He watched a lot of AtCon with his daughter, all right? And he told us to be on our best behavior while he was. And you know how that went. It went the exact opposite. And it wasn't my fault. There were other people to blame. But it was cool. It was a family event for Flash Fanatic. He walks away with the award. Flash, we're going to give you that digital plaque and that one-of-one T-shirt, all right? No one else is going to have that T-shirt. All right. Let's go on now to, all right, there's one other thing that does not require a vote, and this is the Elite Award. So the Elite Award, this one's not close. The Elite Award goes to the biggest claim of AtCon. I'm not gonna reveal the amount. A lot of you guys saw it because it happened in a live sale. But it was a lot of money because it's a huge book. Detective Comics 31 sold on one of our live sales. Russian Max. Bought it. I'm not gonna say how much it was, but Russian Max is the winner of the first ever Elite Award, AtCon Elite Award. Max, you won it. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Max.
All right, so Russian Max will get the digital plaque. He'll also get the 101 Elite Award, first ever Elite Award for AtCon. Thank you so much, Russian Max. You well deserved, and congratulations on the pickup. Hell of a book. Okay, so there's one more Community Choice Award, and I left this one to the end because to me it's the biggest award. It's the Community Award. So the description of this award was the person that showed the most love to another member or members of the community. I thought people might make a joke out of this. I thought people might have fun with this, but oh my gosh, it was just one of the most heartfelt things I've ever seen. Like, we've been touting community. Well, it played out in front of our eyes for 5 days. All right. So we were in the live sales while we were hosting. We were trying to note down, like, you know, who should be nominated for this community award, who's showing a lot of love to people in the community. And honestly, it was overwhelming. Absolutely overwhelming. I'm going to mention some things. Bill, you can mention some things. Joe, if you got notes also. But, like, this does not, if we don't mention you, that doesn't mean you weren't seen. Like, there's just the list was just incredibly long of good deeds that were done in the community for 5 days long. So I got notes, Bill. Nominees we have people buying slabs for people, like buying slabs, saying send it to them or give it to the high spender. Travis Kuina did that. Manny C223 bought a slab for somebody, like just in the audience. So that happened. People covering for other people, like pitching in money to get deals done, like even though they're guests at a virtual convention, including Rock 21533, JS Terry Comics, That Mountain Air 1313, Ken on Base, Michael 88_88, I Hate Jock 1692, Collector Professional, Comic Aussie, MB Comer, Dre _collectibles, and the list goes on and on and on. You guys just pitching in for other people in community to help them meet their collecting goals. Like, just so those are some names I had. Specifically, another thing to know, Comic _Aussie, guy bought, I think it was 4 coffee bags. He bought 4 coffee bags and he gave it out to people at a live sale. So I told you we sold like 60 coffee bags. He bought 4 and gave them away to people in the sale. That was crazy. Ed Pink 81. If you guys know Richie Buxo, who's one of our regular elite vendors, he's the sweetest guy. All right, he's very soft spoken, very polite. He doesn't cuss. Except when Ed Pink 81 challenges him to drop the F-bomb for charity, and that's what happened. So Ed Pink challenged him to drop the F-bomb, and he was going to make a donation to St. Jude's if he did. I said I would double it. And so here comes sweet Richie Buxo, drops the F-bomb, and we have fun with it, and we say we're going to make the donation, and then Richie just goes on a tirade saying MF for this and MF for that. Like, it was over already. It was over. Like,
he's getting it all out. It was therapy.
We unlocked something, though. We unlocked something in Richie for a moment.
A lot of pent-up frustration there, man.
I had to tell him, it's over. He's here.
Please stop. It's a family business.
It's ours, but that was great. So, yeah, so
like,
just in that moment, yeah, that was like, you know, $150 donation total for St. Jude, just randomly. So that happened. And then the last note I had, Bill, on people that are not the person that I think should win this award. NY Slumlord claimed the freaking first Raw juggernaut in Kyle's sale and said to give it to the first person that claims the slab. So,
Wow.
how awesome is that? NY Slumlord actually bought a Raw first juggernaut and gave it away to the first person to buy a slab from Kyle. So thank you, NY Slumlord. And that's that. Bill, do you have any notes on the person that's any other notes on people before I talk about Grail Keeper's Keys?
Yes, I do. One other thing to note, and that's just, you know, even people doing something like helping a member who's getting frustrated because they're getting filtered with getting a book that they're trying to claim. So, you know, I did make a note that Mountain Air 1313, it was just a $10 book, but, you know, Destiny was trying to claim it, and that Mountain Air helped out with being able to make sure that they got their claim in. And it's just one example of seeing multiple times people helping people out, even with just small things like that.
Yes. All right. So then there was one, and I mean, we're not going to decide this without.
Wait, did I say that? Did I say up a grade pressing? That's who did it. Is that what I said?
Space Coop also did it. Dean, you also pitched in for people, man. I appreciate
it was up a grade pressing that helped out. Yeah.
All right. So let's Flash Fanatic. Look, here's a hashtag testimonial right here. Flash Fanatic excited to win the first ever most valuable claimer award. His instant reaction, I guess his wife heard. He says, "Good night. I will be going to sleep in my doghouse." Congratulations, Flash Fanatic.
Well done.
All right. So, okay, this next person. So this is the community award, you guys. I have to mention, in my opinion, the far and away winner here out of all those amazing things we just mentioned. Grail_keepers_keys. All right. Without getting into crazy details, repeatedly chipped in $150 for people to claim books, supporting the vendors and the collectors trying to get those books. The totals were over nearly $1,000. All right, nearly $1,000 helping collectors and vendors throughout the course of 5 days. That's just showgoer, a big member of our community, just trying to help people. No other incentive. He claimed 8 art prints that Manny's daughter did, and gave 7 of them away. He just kept 1 for himself and gave 7 to other people. So Bill, I don't know what you witnessed him do, but I freaking just saw what I described, and I'm sure there was more.
When I was on, he offered to pay for, you know, the first claim of a slab over $1,000, like, to pay a portion of it if they answered some questions about me, which was funny and like,
yeah,
awesome, and very generous. And,
remember the one today for $450 for any slab?
Yeah.
900.
Yep. So Patrick, at one point he chipped in $450, and I'm sure he doesn't want us talking all about this, but because I know Patrick, but we are anyway, Patrick, because you deserve the recognition, because it wasn't just during AtCon. Patrick is a huge part of the community every day of the year, not just during AtCon. And if you know Patrick and you've seen him around, you know what I'm talking about. So that's my vote. Go ahead and vote for whoever you want in chat. Let's just make sure it's as lopsided as I think it is, but please do vote. Speak your mind. Bill, why don't you keep an eye on these? You want to vote?
All right.
Vote for whoever you think should win the first ever Elite Comics 11 AtCon Community Award. Grail Keeper's Keys, a.k.a. Patrick, or any of those names I mentioned, or someone that you saw do something incredible.
Yeah. Like you said, though, there's no question about it. Despite there weren't always big acts, but all those acts combined together to one, like, just community as a whole, right? Like you just see these little things. Some people offering, like, for example, no top 10 comics is like, I'll cover shipping for the next 3 sales. All those little things, like everybody did a lot of incredible stuff, but it's just bonkers, man. Like the opposite of what Ilsun did, basically, is what I'm saying.
Good point.
Yeah.
Point.
Yeah. All right. I think
Yeah,
we can
I
call this
saw
one.
maybe a couple other names pop up, but it's pretty overwhelming.
And again, the
agreement.
hardest part about this is, I mean, Patrick definitely earned this award, and I think that's an understatement. All right, so it's almost like I don't want to diminish everyone else that did amazing things. So I want to acknowledge Patrick, but also I don't want to diminish all the other incredible things that everyone else did. It was noticed and appreciated, and you guys all did your part to make AtCon better, so thank you. But the winner here, first ever Elite Comics 11 AtCon Community Award, it's going to be Grail Keeper's Keys.
The chat is crushing it right now. They're just absolutely crushing it.
Congratulations, Patrick. Well deserved. All right. So that's it for the community awards. I did want to hang out with you guys a bit. Rob, you can help us with this. Just kind of have, just a detox session before we officially put this one in the books. Yeah, and Patrick, you'll get your digital plaque, of course. You're going to get your one-on-one shirt. There's nothing we can really do do enough to just say thank you. So those unique things is what we're going to do. And you have our friendship and love. The Jeep guy, no, he's not getting an award. Okay? The Jeep guy came back and asked, how come no one's DM'd him about his claims? I said, well, we don't want to sell to you anymore. Okay. Okay. All right. On that positive note.
Yeah. That's perfect.
All right.
Yeah.
Rob, you had some questions you wanted to ask, and look for chat's questions and input as well. Just what was your guys' favorite moments, that kind of stuff. Let's go through this.
I mean, for me, you had some first. I mean, obviously the awards were first, but then you also did a live sale on location. Wasn't that the first time you've done that for AtCon?
Yeah, that was the first. I'm in California, so I secretly got off Kyle's sale. I love Kyle, but I got off of his sale extra early because I actually hopped in a car, and people probably think I live right next to Bronze Age Batcave, but it's actually like more than 2 hours away. So I got in my car and just booked over there in traffic on a Saturday and made it there in time. But yeah, that was a first. Taking AtCon to a comic shop. That was cool. And you guys, there was over 200 people in there at times at that live sale last night. And then there was also that first Elite at night on Elite Center 11. We brought Elite Center 11 into AtCon for the first time since the original AtCon that took place on Elite Center 11. So there's some history there.
Yeah, and there was those two things ended up being combined because the day after LJ finished his sale, he comes into Bronze Age Batcave with a fat wad of cash that people were saying in chat was basically, what were they saying? How did he come up with that money again?
They were just saying like, oh, look at LJ flashing our comic money.
I think Kyle's Comics was disappointed. He bought a very special pair of pants just for AtCon, and then he found out that you were going to Bronze Age Batcave instead of. We have to get a private jet. We have to get the Elite jet for next year to make sure that you can get to the East Coast. Bill, did you buy any special masks for? It seemed like you had some new ones for AtCon. What new ones did you get for this AtCon?
Well, the gorilla head, the Daredevil mask, Jar Jar that I put on today, both of the Predator ones. I got a new bald cap, which, with this suit, I could be a nice kingpin. Is that everything? That's most. That's enough. That's most. Yeah, that's everything that I think made it on camera.
Yeah, the Predator mask is going to haunt people's dreams for a long time.
Yes.
Yeah, it really will, myself included. Joe, what was the most memorable moment for you, or a moment that sticks out, like a funniest moment that stuck out for you?
God,
Oh,
dear God. I mean, there's, huh?
Bill, they're calling. They think you're in the Colonel Sanders suit right now.
I had a
He's
funny
not-
moment
no,
from
he's
Kyle
the
to share
king.
later too.
He's the kingpin right now, all right? Not Colonel
No.
Sanders. Okay.
No, that's Colonel
God.
Sanders.
I don't know, man. I think as a whole, like just having a blast with everybody hanging out. Like one of the funnest things I have is always hanging out and just looking at all the posters. Like that's the funnest thing for me. Like, and every time I sit around and we do poster sales, I just want to go watch movies afterwards. It ruins me for the rest of the night every single time. But I always get a kick out of it. So, anyways, that was always fun for me. I always have a blast doing that.
The old guy from Jurassic Park. Yeah, that's
I could see that. Yeah.
I'd love
Spare
to hear
no
from
expense.
Chet. What does Chet think was what the most
So-
memorable? For me, it was the coffee. Logging in, and I remember Lance just throwing the challenge out, like, ha, we'll sell $20 a bag right now. Anybody that wants some? And then just to watch him start to get very concerned as it was 10 bags, 20 bags, 30
Well,
bags.
Because the reason why he got concerned is because, like, so yeah, he thought it was a joke, but he was getting concerned because, like, they were really calculating how many bags they had left, and they thought, oh, maybe we'll sell a few. Because I asked him how many you got to sell, and he said as many as they want. And then pretty soon it got to a number where I think he started sweating a little bit, and he had to tell us, like, they're gone. Like, they're gone. So
I had at Kyle's sale. There was a book with an NFL player. It was a variant on the cover, and I couldn't remember which NFL player it was. And I suggested it was the one with the Raiders running back. I couldn't remember their name. Chat spent at least the next 10 minutes, if not 15 minutes, naming Raiders players in the chat, like all different Raiders players. It just kept going and going and going until finally, nobody ever said Marshawn Lynch.
funniest thing- the funniest thing to me was freaking and there was a lot of funny moments, but I don't know, for whatever reason. So Frank's Comics, he was trying to do trivia. He usually only asks like Godfather trivia. He's Italian, and he was trying to mix it up. So he was trying to ask trivia, but you know how it is, like whoever answers first, and then there's like a 30-second delay. So people were trying to guess ahead of time what the answer was going to be to his question, and it's always something Italian. So like he would, before he was done reading a question, like you would see all these like responses, and it was like mafia, hit, pizza, calzone, like spaghetti, Robert De Niro, like, I was like so just seeing like what the guesses were, trying to answer the question before he asked it, that was freaking hilarious because I just had to sit there and watch all of them. Oh, the dancing.
And then he revealed
Or
that he would have
the feet
Domino's
pics.
pizza if it was available at one point too. That shocked me.
Oh yeah, Dan Worms. All right, what are you gonna do, Dan? Are you coming in? You wanted to show something? Let us know, Dan. We'll get you in a second. We're not gonna be on for very long, you guys. By the way, I just wanted to.
Don't send any more feet pictures. By the way, Ollie was joking.
Nah,
so no,
I was
you guys
joking.
can
I
stop.
was joking that we ever would seriously consider like a best feet award, Elite Comics 11. I wasn't joking about if you want to kind of do the alt award with Dan Worms and Bill, like send your feet pics to Trader Bill or to Dan Worms, and they can do their alt award for best feet of Atcon.
Understand what you're opening up here.
A can of Dan Worms.
Yes, he does. he knows exactly what he's doing, actually.
Don't make me put on this Predator mask.
Anyways, also a special shout out to the people that were in attendance. That didn't claim anything. I think they should be acknowledged and thanked, because even if you weren't buying anything, we definitely appreciate the people that hung out with us. Seriously, because not everyone can always be buying comics. So we try to bring some entertainment, some fun. So I hope, just thank you to, even if you didn't claim anything or weren't recognized for some of those buying awards, you were appreciated. So I wanted to say that. Anything else you guys want to bring up?
No, I think we nailed it.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think we
just
nailed
Oh,
it.
To be a part of it, man. Very humbled to be a part of it. Thank you.
there were so many, just funny comments and funny things people said, and constantly entertained.
Right, right. All right. Well, again, so this is gonna end it for the 8th AtCon. There will be another AtCon, so details on that. But if you're new to this channel, we have live sales almost every day. We're about to double down on Elite at Nights, on Elite Center 11. We're gonna have late night programming, have some awesome new live sellers, give you guys great content even late at night. That's kind of where we're heading, just so you know. And okay, so Carmine or Joe, do you mind hopping off? We're gonna let Dan Worms wants to come on. It's probably gonna be something disturbing, but let's let him on. And
Yeah,
see.
I'll jump off. I'll jump off.
He said
You
he
get him
made
in here.
something. Joe, love you, man. Thank you so much for being part of this one, as well as the others.
Always
man.
a pleasure. Always a pleasure. I'll be
You're a
watching
legend,
from the
Joe.
sidelines. Don't worry.
All right. Let's let Dan Worms in here. He says he has something to show us.
I'm very
Well,
scared right now.
wasn't he challenged to draw something with his feet?
Oh,
Hey guys,
All right, looks normal so far.
it's tame. It's tame. I promise. It's not the feet one yet, but we should do the foot one live. We really should.
not another nude of Ali, is it? It's not like the Titanic picture of Ali like you did before.
No, it's not like the Burt Reynolds one.
All right.
Which,
Thank you.
to be fair, that was Pedro's idea. It was 100% Pedro's idea.
Okay.
What's up, Dan? So just to be clear, so we're on the record. So somebody in a live sale, because you're Mr. Foot, you're
Yeah.
into the feet. And that's why if you have any feet pictures, send them to Dan Worms or at Trader Bill Comics.
No.
Not to Elite. But the challenge was raised that you were going to draw me with your feet live.
Yeah.
So that was accepted. That wasn't my creation. Somebody did that in chat during AtCon.
And then Dre thankfully told me, which I will accept that challenge. And we should do live on the show next time.
All right.
I could do
All right.
it right now. I swear I could do it right now.
All right. We'll let you practice for that, but we'll do it. And what do you want to show us?
So the reason I didn't want to come on was I didn't have enough time to finish it in advance. But as a thank you to you for everything that you do for the community, for hosting 8 fucking AtCons now, like just how much you've done for everybody, I made a little thing for you in the spirit of these retro video game homages and your little Super Mario hat.
Oh,
So I'm
wow.
gonna send this
Blues
to
in
you.
there too?
That's so
Yeah.
cool, bro.
Oh,
So this is a gift for you, my friend, for everything that you do for us.
thank you so much. That's my dog. That's my favorite game. That's me. Thank you, Dan. It's freaking awesome, man. Really appreciate
Amazing.
that.
My pleasure. Just wanted to say thanks so much.
Wow.
Not
It's
a flip.
incredible, man. Seriously.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Ignore the rest of my art table. It's messy as hell.
Seriously. So, look at that. You know how cool it is to have a friend that can draw like that? I can't draw for. So
this is all
Dan Worms.
this is all paint. It's all painted by hand.
Wow.
Incredible.
Yeah, it's amazing. Look at Baloo. Ha!
I'm getting pretty good at doing Baloo now. I've done him a few times.
You are. Wow.
He's a
That's freaking awesome, Dan. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. That's Dan Worms, you guys. If you guys are looking for a commission piece yourself, you can DM Dan Worms. He's an incredible artist, as you can see there. He's a huge part of our community. We love him. We love his cat. Thank you so much,
Love you
Dan,
guys.
for that.
yes.
And,
just want to say thank you. Appreciate you so much.
Likewise, brother. Anyways, that's going to do it, you guys. Bill, Team Elite Comics 11, thank you so much. Carmine, thank you. AtCon. If you guys want to order an AtCon shirt, yeah, Bill has a link for you guys. You can DM
DM
Elite
a link.
Comics 11. We'll send you a link so you guys can order it. And
It's active till tomorrow, so if you want one, get it tonight. I don't know if it ends tomorrow morning or tomorrow evening. So
anyways,
you know,
we
long
can
wait.
always do that. But
Yeah.
more importantly, guys, just thank you. There'll be another AtCon. We have a lot up our sleeves. There's a lot of great content coming on Elite Comics 11. If you need help selling a book, DM us. That's what we do every day. We help people sell books. We help provide a secure place for transactions. You can ask around. There's absolutely nobody who's been burned by Elite Comics 11. I challenge you to find anyone who's ever been burned doing a deal on the page. Stuff happens. We always take care of it. No exceptions, period. You will not hear that from anyone. So that's how confident I am about that. Stuff happens, but we take care of it. Ask around. If you want help selling a book, DM us. Until then, just thank you so much. We call this the #1 community virtual comic convention for a reason. You saw it yourself for 5 days, and let's just let it speak for itself beyond that. All right, just much love to everyone. Thank you so much for supporting the page and AtCon. We'll see you guys soon.
Bye,
Thank you.
everybody.